Mark Hilliard is with us from the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce. He is the president, and he's brought to us today by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, it works out the last couple of times that we've had you in the studio that it's right after a board meeting.
Yes.
And there's a lot that gets discussed at those meetings, isn't there?
There is. Yeah. Every meeting, it seems like we have one topic that we focus on and generates a lot of discussion. So it's always good because we cover a wide array of topics at the board meeting, anything from energy to education to real estate. So it's nice that you kind of get everything that's happening in the county, and generally it seems like there's one topic that people seem to focus on.
Well, then what stood out for this meeting? What was that one topic?
A lot of the discussion centered around federal opportunity zones and the fact that there are 3 census tracts in Indiana Borough that are qualified for that, and actually was in Clarion yesterday with some other members of the community and on a seminar that was hosted by Congressman G.T. Thompson related to federal opportunity zones, and we're looking to do something similar here in Indiana County. To maybe educate the community a little bit more, attract investors, and we have some work to do before we get to that point. But it's an opportunity because of some of the properties that are within those zones, and if the right investor came along, it's all related to capital gains and the taxes that you could save or could be deferred. So it's a good opportunity for investors. I think some of the property would be real attractive, such as the former Giant Eagle Express. But it's an opportunity really for Indiana County if we can, hopefully do this the right way, maybe attract the right people, get the right things in motion, that some of the buildings that aren't being used right now, or maybe that are falling apart a little bit, or even some of the housing areas, those could be improved, and whoever does invest in that could end up making money, plus saving some money on their taxes as well.
We were talking, I don't know if you were involved in this conversation or not, but talking with Representative Struzzi, Senator Pittman, last month about workforce development. You've been so involved in that here in Indiana County in the last year or so. And one of the interesting things we were talking about was unemployment rate for Indiana County, and the idea that it's not that there aren't jobs here. There seem to be many, many jobs that are going unfilled. You have been so hardworking on workforce development to get those people ready to fill those jobs, and that's an ongoing struggle right now. So, you see an unemployment rate that's going up, but it simply is because it's harder to find good people that'll fill those jobs. Yeah,
and unfortunately, a lot of our efforts don't pay off right away. We're planting those seeds and trying to work with the high school students. It's not the easiest solution because your results are probably 3 to 5 years out. Yeah. But it's a solution it's one of the directions we have to go. It's so much harder to try to find the qualified people that are out there right now. Most of the qualified people are already currently working somewhere else. So, we could try to throw mud against the wall and see what will stick, and we still do that from time to time, but it's a lot easier. I don't want to say easier because it's not easy, but to me it's a lot more logical to start with the high school students and even a little bit younger than that, but to work with them, get them better prepared for the workforce so that when we do have these graduating classes, a larger percent of those people are ready for the workforce and they are qualified to fill those positions. So if we can get that percentage to go up, then we're doing something right. I know the schools are working hard at that. We actually have an after-hours event. It's our first after-hours of the year this Thursday at the Indiana County Country Club. And it's a typical after-hours where it's a good opportunity to network, but all of the Indiana County high schools are invited to that event as well. So they'll all have representatives there, and they're eager to kind of network with the businesses and let them know what they're doing from a career readiness and workforce standpoint. And, every one of the school districts is doing something different. Our job at the Chamber, one of the things I've really tried to work with is finding ways to have all the school districts, work together on different programs like the Indiana County Ready, the Employment Expo. So there has been a lot more cohesion between all the school districts in terms of, each one doing kind of this, working towards the same goal. You still have some of the districts kind of doing their own thing with career readiness because not everything Every district is different, so you can't have everything be exactly the same. But, we have had a lot of efforts where they're all working together, and it's a county-wide effort, and that's one of the things we're pretty excited about. And a lot of counties really have struggled at that, and I think Indiana County is kind of leading the way a little bit with having the school districts working together like that.
I think one of the interesting things, talking with Kevin Laser on Friday about CareerLink and their expo coming up, is the way that they've structured it the last 2 years. Make the morning portion of the expo all about the high school kids, and bring them in, show them what's going on in the workforce environment. Let them know that there are new opportunities for employment that are really lucrative, and different options that maybe didn't exist 5 or 10 years ago. And then in the afternoon, the more traditional employment expo.
And one of the things we've done this year, and last year was the first year we did that, we learned a little bit from it, and we're extending the hours that the students will be there, giving them a little bit more time. One of some of the feedback that we've gotten was that they didn't have enough time in some of the breakout sessions. So if we're attending a session on manufacturing or soft skills or healthcare, it seemed like right when they started getting into the meat of the topic or the discussion, they had to leave and go sit in on another topic or another panel. So we've extended the time that the students can be there. We're going to stagger it a little bit as well, just to make sure that it's not just this mob of kids going in, and that way it's structured in such a way that you're going to have students sitting at different panels being able to take their time at those panels, get the right information, and at the same time other students will be walking through the main arena talking to the different employers. And one of the things we did stress was most of the school districts this year, again, they're all looking to kind of do the same thing and prepare the students in advance in terms of what are their goals in coming out of this, not just in terms of, okay, well, I want to learn more about what's going on in manufacturing, but okay, well then you needed to go and speak with 3 different manufacturers that are on the floor, that are hiring, and learn a little bit about them. Number one, that helps them kind of improve their soft skills a little bit because they're communicating, they're asking the right questions, they're listening, but it also helps them learn a little bit about what the opportunities are out there. So I was really impressed with how it went last year. The feedback was very, very good. We're trying to improve upon that. But it's another way to let students know that there are a ton of opportunities around the region. There's a lot going on here, and just because there are a lot of jobs, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy to find a job, because you still have to be qualified. You still have to have the right skills, or soft skills, more importantly. And you'd like to say that that's easy, but we have heard from far too many employers that say that, man, if I could just have somebody who could come in here and show up on time,
Yeah, it's the process of fitting the hand in the glove, making sure you got the right glove. At 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, we're talking with Mark Hilliard, president of the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce. So what's up for the Chamber of Commerce? What are some of the things that stand out for you on the agenda coming up, or that you've seen around the area? I know that there must be some things that are quite interesting to you. The beginning of the year was a little slower. We didn't have a lot of events. That's kind of was by design. We have a lot of things that are starting to come up. On March the 4th, we're going to be at the Indiana Borough Building in the morning, beginning at 9 o'clock. We'd like to invite all the businesses, small or large. We're hosting an event related to the Indiana County Solar Co-op, and we're partnering with United Solar Neighbors. The event is free. There will be breakfast served, but it's an opportunity to learn about the Indiana County Solar Co-op. I believe last year was the largest co-op in the state. And it's a lot of businesses are looking for ways to potentially save money, cut costs in different areas. Or this is a way you could potentially save some money on your energy bills. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but it's a pretty neat process. And the more I learned about it, we thought it was something we needed to get out to our businesses to let them know about, at least have them have the opportunity to learn about it and see if it's a fit for them. And it's not just business, it's residential as well. But so that's March the 4th at the Indiana Borough Building. We're working on a State of the County address. So we do Eggs and Issues kind of late August, early September. And one of the things we're going to be doing this April is kind of on the other side of the calendar, hosting a State of the County event with our county commissioners to have them kind of take the same kind of questions that we do in Eggs and Issues and talk a little bit about some of the issues that are going on in Indiana County, and having people be able to submit questions and attend the event and learn. It's kind of a great opportunity. We've been planning this for it's been going on for a couple of years, but with 2 brand new commissioners, it's a great chance to learn about what their goals are, where they see things going within the county.
And we just met with them a couple of weeks ago, and they're very excited about doing something like this as well. So we have that in the works, and we just announced at the board meeting that we're going to be hosting a golf tournament on May 29th. It's the Friday after Memorial Day. It's the first ever golf tournament the Chamber has hosted. A lot of other chambers have done this in the past. We're trying to do it before all these tournaments start getting scheduled. So the information is going to be out there. We always look for ways for our members to kind of get out and network. We have the Hall of Fame, we have our after hours, we have things like that. But this is kind of a fun event for people to be able to come out, be able to network and enjoy themselves. And, we'll have some information hopefully going out this week on how people can get a sponsorship or get a foursome and golf in that event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
There you go, swinging sticks. Very good. Mark, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM, 101.1 FM.